Okay, there's actually a lot of misconceptions of Africa.
And we're going to solve this for you.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with all the misconceptions, but this is only part one.
The first misconception is that all Africans live in huts. And this is complete bull. All African countries have towns, buildings and cities in them. Try googling it, you'll be surprised. Although some African tribes still live in huts because they choose to live the traditional way.
The second misconception is that there's animals everywhere. We actually live in Namibia, which is next to South Africa, and we have a lot of wildlife. But they never enter the cities and towns because of the lack of food, and mainly because there's people and they're afraid of people. Although there is actually a lot of lodges in Africa that has tamed wildlife which you can walk up to and pet. And a lot of people actually think that we have pet lions as well, and that we use elephants as an alternative to cars. Do you know how ridiculous that would be?
Oh shit, I'm late for work. The third misconception is we have to hunt for our own food. Do I look like a hunter?
Okay, this is the documents you have to remember to give to Catherine. And, yeah, this is the goal.
Alright, I'll do this after lunch. It's my lunchtime now. This is not true. I don't even... What? We actually have restaurants and drive-thrus. We have loads of shops actually where we can buy our own food and make it on a braai like anyone else.
Okay, Ink. You've been living in Africa for how long now?
For all my life now, 23 years.
23 years of age?
Yes.
Okay, have you been ever outside Namibia?
Yeah, I have been to Germany, Botswana, Zambia, South Africa, Zimbabwe.
Okay, so mate, basically you're only in Africa?
Yeah, except for Germany.
Where exactly is Namibia?
Namibia is in the southwestern side, right next to South Africa, at the Atlantic coast. The small town with a strip, a pretty strip.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions that actually people ask me, so that I want to see what your answer is, because it seems like you're the right guy to answer all these questions. Okay, well, this first guy that actually emailed me, his first question was, are there any white people in Africa?
Oh, there's many. Loads of them. You just have to look a bit, but you'll find them.
Okay, so in the aspect ratio, how many white people are there for each black person?
Well, in an aspect of ratio, I would say in the whole of Africa we would be 1/3 maybe.
1/3. Okay, I'm glad you think that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, the second question is that how is the traffic with all the lions and elephants running around?
Say again? The traffic?
Yeah, with all the elephants and lions around, how is the traffic?
I don't know, I'm not in the wilderness. I'm actually living in the city.
So there's no elephants and no lions in the city?
No, not at all. You might get your baboon now and then, but that's about it. It comes from the mountainside.
Yeah. Okay, the third question someone asked me is, do all Africans live in trees?
No, I doubt even one does. Because we basically only have these thorn trees.
This guy makes it sound like all the people in Africa are apes.
Oh no, not at all. We actually have houses and we have proper clothes as well. We don't have these luffies. No, we actually have a proper place. Just like you're living overseas, that's the way we live here as well.
Okay, for the last question. This one is pretty messed up. How does Africans react when they see a car for the first time? And do they flee in terror when they see the automobiles crawling down the road besides their forest dwellings?
Forest dwellings? Oh, you're probably speaking about the rural people that actually choose to live in huts. No, they actually welcome you with open hands. They love seeing the urbanites, as they call them, which do own cars. But they also have kind of transport, it's donkey carts. So it's not like we just walk or drive on license.
Do you think there is actually any people in Africa that never have seen a car before?
In Africa, probably the war-torn countries. I mean like Sudan and Libya. Where's Libya? Afrikaans is the most popular language in South Africa and Namibia, and it's the youngest official language in the world. In South Africa and Namibia, you need a TV license to buy a TV. Well, alright, the first misconception of Africa is we all live in huts, which is bullshit.
Well, the second misconception is that there's animals everywhere.
God, do it ook. Ek soek 'n bietjie tussen.
We actually live in Namibia, which is actually next to South Africa. And there's a lot of wildlife here. But they're not going into the cities and stuff because well, there's not a lot of food in Namibia. We actually live next to South Africa called Namibia.
Afrikaans, which is the most popular language in South Africa and Namibia, is the youngest
Youngest official language in the world.
Youngest official language in the world!